Police and paramedics were dispatched to a home after a mother called 911, claiming that her 2 babies, ages 1 and 3, were found unresponsive in their room.
The lady had the youngest one, the man had the older one. Like I said, the youngest one, nothing. The older one had very shallow breath, but he had a pulse, so. No, they were pale. I mean, I know they're children's, but,
The children belonged to 26-year-old Brittany Delgado. Her boyfriend, 37-year-old Pedro Alvarado, would help her care for her children. After allowing the paramedics to rush the 2 children to the hospital, an officer spoke with the couple.
You guys were the only ones in the house?
Yes, with the kids and the cat.
The kids and the cat.
They checked him an hour ago.
And then I checked like 20 minutes ago and like 10 minutes ago, and then he checked. And when I checked, they were fine. And then he checked.
What were they doing?
They were sitting there laughing at each other.
So they were, okay, so they were in the room together playing,
yeah,
or?
They were in the room playing, and I was going back in there to see if he maybe changed his diaper, and he did, so I was going to come back after I talked to the insurance company to pick up that diaper and throw it away. Because sometimes he forgets to have to throw this away. And then while I was there, he checked again, and he ran to me, told me to run inside, help him, because he couldn't get both of them at the same time. Because they were on the floor.
In this front room?
Yes, this one right here, sir.
So within like, how many minutes you think?
And he said it was probably 5 minutes.
So they were fine, and then 5 minutes later is when you found them?
Mm-hmm.
The officer separates the couple to see if Brittany's story changes. Brittany has no clue if her children are dead or alive, and it appears that she doesn't seem a bit concerned or worried about them.
I keep forgetting what year we're in.
Where were you guys?
I was near the bathroom on the phone with the insurance because the cat was trying to mess with me and meow, 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 and I couldn't hear the insurance people. He was out here, and then I was, what happened was, he came in and went to go check the kids, and I had then stepped out because he was on the phone still, and I didn't want calls to like headbutt because
y'all were both on the phone?
Yeah, because he was talking to his mom in El Salvador.
Okay.
And I was on the phone with the insurance company, so he came in to check on the kids with the speaker, and I was already on speaker.
So you walked outside?
I walked outside, and then I heard him screaming my name to come, come, come.
Brittany continues chatting with the officer as if nothing is wrong, and it's just another Tuesday. What's interesting is Pedro's sister approaches the scene, and as soon as Brittany sees her, she begins to break down crying as she talks about what happened to her children.
Where are they? No, where are they? No, but what happened to the kids? Where were you?
I was on the phone with the insurance company,
Brittany. Were you in the room with them?
I had checked on them not that long ago, and 5 minutes later, Pedro went to go see them.
Are they hurt? Tell me if the kids.
I really don't know. They were, neither one of them were breathing. They got one of them breathing. They've taken them to the hospital.
No, what do you mean? The kids are not breathing.
They're on their way to the hospital.
Brittany, I told you to be more careful with the kids. That's why we left out of here.
They're on their way to the hospital, and they're going to take care of them. They've got good people with them. Any asthma, anything like that? Breathing issues?
Was he home?
Both of them were home, from what we understand.
I knew this would happen. I knew this would happen.
Okay.
I knew this would happen. Yo sabía que esto iba a pasar.
Calm down, calm down.
I knew this would happen with them. I knew them. I
talk
told
to me?
them. I told them. I told them,
Okay.
man.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Ma'am.
This is sister.
Ma'am.
I knew them. I told them that I should have called CPS a long time ago. I should have called CPS.
Calm down,
I was
calm
going to.
Calm down.
What did you tell them?
It's my fault. I should have
Calm
called
down.
CPS a long time ago.
Well, who's CPS? You talking about DCF? You want to go behind this car and talk to me? What?
Okay, I brought her from Virginia, my uncle, because I was in foster care.
Okay.
I met her through a foster care system.
Okay.
Okay, we were both in the same foster care family.
Okay.
And I have 2 kids. So I was living with Pedro. He's a good guy.
This is the guy here?
Yeah, Pedro's a good guy.
Pedro's sister begins telling the officer how bad of a mother Brittany really is.
So Brittany and I, we started like butting heads a lot because I started telling Brittany, you got to change the diaper for your kids. You can't leave them in the room. Brittany, you have to change the diaper. Brittany, you have to feed your kids. Brittany, you have to do this. And she's like, don't tell me what to do. I'm like, Brittany, you have to feed your kids. They would come like in the morning. She wouldn't feed her kids till like 3 p.m., you know? And I'm like, Brittany. And then my sister, she's 13 years old. She would have to feed her kids. She would have to feed her kids. You know, my 13-year-old sister, she has school. She wouldn't have to feed your kids, you know? And then they would come out she would have to give them a bottle. And then there were times that we would wake up and the kid would be so wet, you know? And it was just not good. And then there were some times where she would be having with the guy in the bedroom. We would come home and the kids wouldn't, we would be like, where are the kids? They were outside. We were like, what the freak? Outside, and the one would be in the stroller, the big girl with the autism would be outside on the road. And we would be like, Brittany, and I would yell at her. And they got to the point in time where my husband, he's younger than me, but he's a little bit more irresponsible than me, to tell you the truth. He's just like, you know, babe, Florida is like one of those states that like they take your kids away like this when there's mishandling with the kids. We were like, we're leaving, so we decided to rent somewhere in Sunbeam. So I'm like, so we grabbed our things and we're like, I'm sorry, Pedro, we're giving you your month's rent, and we decided to leave.
When was that?
This was 2 months ago.
2 months ago.
So we decided to leave, and from then on we had a bad fight with them, and we decided to leave. And then I was just like, but I love those kids. And I told her, I was just like, I sent her messages, and I have messages from her, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna call CPS on you, and I never did.
By this point, the 1-year-old has been pronounced dead at the hospital, while the 3-year-old remained in intensive care. Investigators were still unsure what had happened to the children, but inside the room where they were found, officers discovered a space heater. Although unplugged, the heater was set to its highest setting. Even 45 minutes after the children were removed, and after the door had been opened, officers noted the room temperature was still in high 80s. Both Brittany and Pedro were transported to the police department and placed into separate interrogation rooms.
I need my phone so I can call my lawyer. So now I'm being refused a lawyer. What a cute state.
We're not talking anymore.
I need my phone to call my lawyer now.
You can do it when you get up to the jail, okay?
I'm not going to jail because I need to call my lawyer.
Bye-bye.
No, why am I going to jail?
I'll be right back with you.
All I told you guys was the truth.
So you understand why we're here, and you're comfortable with talking to me about what happened and how we got here, right? Okay, cool. All right, that's what I want to make sure.
The kids go to a run. They was playing. I don't know what they was doing there. When I was checking over there, they was playing. We was watching TV, and this kid was playing, and said, what doing? Nothing. Okay. When I back to the inside, Brittany was talking with the insurance people. I go to the room. I see the little guy and over the floor, but I was thinking that he was sleeping. My first reaction was screaming, Brittany, come here, something happened, and disconnect the heater, because that was really hot.
So you disconnected the heater?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is my first reaction when I see the little kid went bad, it was really hot, and I started to screaming, Brittany, come here, something happened, come here. We go to run to the shower, because they was really hot. And the little kid, they don't respond.
Pedro explains his version of events. The detective patiently listens, but he realizes that Pedro is being very vague about what happened. Plus, English is his second language, so it's difficult to understand what he is saying. The detective decides to move on to Brittany and see what she has to say.
Hey, you need some water?
I'm feeling really claustrophobic.
Okay. You need the door open? That's cool. Breathe. Stop. 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 Breathe.
I can't do small rooms.
Well, let's leave the door open. It's okay. I'll sit in here with you. It'll be cool.
Brittany claims that she is feeling claustrophobic due to the small size of the interrogation room. If that's the case, she's going to love the 6x8 cells in county jail.
Do you think that the kids are okay, or
Honestly, I have no. All I can tell you, they had a good crew. I know a lot of those, especially a lot of those fire guys, and we got some good. We got some good folks.
out of a percentage, do you think the kids are okay? Like, out of a percentage of okayness? I'm not gonna put it on you afterwards. I
No, I have no idea. Like, I couldn't even answer that. I'm sorry.
Because of the crew, I'm saying. Do you think it's like a 50-50?
It did.
If in luck, by the grace of God. You don't want to say?
I don't know. I don't like to guess. I don't like to guess on stuff like that. But
So they're playing in the bedroom, and you know everybody gets up 7 o'clock. They're playing in the bedroom,
And I'm checking on them.
you're checking on them. What is Pedro doing?
He's asleep, and then I ended up waking him up later on.
Do you remember what time that was?
Around 8:39, I think it was. He went back to the bathroom to use the bathroom, so I went to go check on the kids, see what they were doing. They were horsing around, laughing, and everything else
Where were they at?
in that same room.
Same room?
So I was by the bathroom talking, and I heard him coming in talking on the phone. So what I did was I stepped outside in the front. And I told him briefly before I stepped outside, please go check on the kids. I checked on them 10 minutes ago. All I hear after that is, Brittany, Brittany, Brittany. So I'm coming around inside thinking that they're fighting with the cat, or somebody's fighting with the cat, or something's happening. So obviously something's happening. So I come in, and I was also smoking a cigarette at the time, a little short that I had. And I came in with the cigarette because I was like, oh my God, what's going on? And he's like, the kids, go see the kids, I'm on the phone, I need to tell them bye, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, I'll go see what's going on. I'm like, can you please take this thing? Because I can't go in the room with the kids with this in my hand. He just brushed it out of my hand saying, that cigarette, you know? And I'm like, can you please turn it off? Are you kidding me? Don't throw it in the floor in the living room, like the and I ran to go see the kids, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna need your help. I went to the room, laid him on our bed, and was doing that.
With chest compressions?
Yeah.
Okay.
With some little bit of air, because I learned, and when you live in Maryland, D.C., Virginia, you learn CPR in school, in elementary school.
What was the temperature in the room like?
To me, it felt a little warm, but I didn't feel like it was to the point where like they could pass out or I could pass out, anybody could pass out. I felt like it was okay.
Was the door open or closed when you went to the room to check on them?
It was wide open. They had a little toy prop in it.
Okay. Was the heater on?
When I went in there and looked to see it, the heater, the thing was off.
The dial was off?
Yeah, the dial was up towards off. And then I had to hang up. I was trying to hang up with the insurance people and call 911 at the same time and resuscitate, in which, you know, that doing all that at one time is going to be trouble. But
that you juggled a lot right there, man. That's stressful. Yeah, that's a lot on you, man.
And people call me super mom.
They call you super mom. Oh, okay.
Because normally I'm juggling the kids and everything else, so.
Yeah.
At this point, Brittany doesn't know her 1-year-old passed away from heat stroke. She explains that she was checking on her babies every 5 minutes, so she can't understand how they went from playing with each other to being unresponsive. The detective needs to get her to tell him the truth. He believes that the children were left in a hot room all night and most of the morning.
Do you ever let the boys play by themselves for a while without watching them? Like, do they ever go play in the room and you just kind of like clean it up or whatever while they're in the room?
I clean up while they're in the room, and then if I'm cleaning another room, I go check on them.
Yeah. Would you say you're the primary caretaker of these boys, or is it Pedro?
It's an equal.
It's an equal thing?
And next time, what I'll do is, if we're in the living room, I'm locking those bedrooms doors, and I'm letting them both play out in the living room.
Speaking of that, got a question for you. All the door handles in that house are reversed. The locks are on the outside.
Oh, no. The only ones that are like that is bedroom 1 and 2 in the back.
during the time when you supervised the kids, and I'm not saying this is, right or wrong, but is there a period of time, like if you're doing something very important, that you would lock them in the room
Hell no.
so they couldn't get out, so you can
No.
deal with a phone call or clean up a mess or just like a minute or two? Would you ever do something like that?
No. I love my kids too much. I'm not gonna, that's right there is called neglect and abuse. And I don't believe in that.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with that one.
I love my kids too much. This right now, it hurts me. I still have the image in my head, how they looked and everything.
Yeah.
I'm worried about what's going on. I want to know what's going on with my kids. I want my kids.
Yeah. Yeah, they were transported by the ambulance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We want to make sure we first just understand what the frick happened. How do we get to point A where the boys are playing and are fine, all of a sudden they're overheated, right? And then they're being transported to the hospital, non-responsive. And we're trying to figure out how we got to point A to point B.
And I want to know how that happened too. And I really.
Well, I mean, only you and Pedro would know. Do you think it's possible that you were on the phone longer than you think, and those boys had that door closed while that heater's on full blast?
No, the door
You don't
was
think that's
open.
possible?
The door was open. Because even when I saw it, it was open. Everything was
Well,
open.
if we're going by the timeline that you gave me for how long that, the intervals that the boys were checked on, I can't see how, if the boys were in that room 5 minutes, that they could overheat that fast. So it tells me that they had to have been in that room longer than maybe you probably
maybe 10
perceived.
minutes.
Is it possible? I mean, because I've been on the phone
have
before.
that- I
Listen,
may
I've been
have-
on the phone before talking to people, and you lose track of time very quick.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know if I may have you're right, I may have their timing wrong, but I mean, I know I checked on them between calls as well. I was literally like, you're the room, I'm in the kitchen. I would literally, what are y'all doing?
Brittany claims to be a supermom, so the detective is going to bring up all the times it's been shown that she is actually a terrible mother. He starts with the many times her babies have been found outside wandering around.
You ever had any incidences where either of the boys got out of the house without you knowing it and walked down the street? Has that ever happened while you've been here?
That happened like twice, I think.
Happened twice? How did that happen?
I was in the bathroom those 2 times. I was just in the bathroom. And that was before we fixed the back door lock on the top. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't notice it, no.
The detective wants to know why Pedro's sister would say that she knew something was going to happen to Brittany's children.
She was just trying to make a big show,
Yeah, but the kids were putting the ambulance and had left, and she was aware of that. Why would she say, I knew this was going to happen?
Because she's a drama queen, 1. 2, she's mad at me, so she's trying to make it look like I'm the bad guy.
Why would she do that on the scene?
Because you guys are officers. If she makes it look like, oh, I knew this was going to happen, what are you guys going to think? That me or Pedro's going to do something to the kids. And that's not it. I have messages on Messenger where she has threatened me, saying that she was going to whoop my ass.
Okay.
And threatening me that she's going to call CPS on me.
So you said she threatened to call CPS on you. What would she say if she called CPS?
Just some stupid shit like that, stuff that she does for her, like doesn't do for her kids and her husband, which I've noticed. And I told her, I was like,
yeah, but what would the allegation be that she would call CPS on you?
The supposable allegation would be that I don't feed my kids.
Let me ask you a question about CPS. Have you ever had any investigations against you with CPS in other states?
To be honest, yeah, but that wasn't he said, she said, because I didn't have a steady residence.
So what do you mean, you were homeless?
I was living with friends.
Brittany admits that she has 3 other children that she no longer has custody of because she was unable to care for them. This means at the age of 26, Brittany has had 5 children, and she was accused of mistreating all of them.
So, when we went in, we took a lot of photographs of the inside of the home, and it's pretty standard procedure that we do that. So, in the room where the boys were found, prior to we showing up, there was not any outlet covers on the outlets. So why would that be the case when you told me that there was, and you confidently told me that there was?
Yeah, there was outlet because I was putting them in there. Unless...
There's not. They went back and reviewed the photographs. There's not.
I don't know where the outlets are now because the last time I checked on them, outlets were in place. It slipped my mind to look, but...
Come on now, Supermom, don't let stuff like that slip their mind. You said you were Supermom,
right? But with all this stuff that was happening, it's...
When we were in that room, we have a digital laser temperature reader. And a lot of people that install heating and air systems, they do that to put the laser on the air, and it tells you that a very, very specific, very, very accurate temperature of the air, okay? While we were in that room, the average temperature in that room was 90 degrees. Now you're telling me the room was not uncomfortable.
It was not uncomfortable when I went in there the last time. Like the very, very last time. It was not.
But we got on scene pretty quick though. And according to you, you just checked the room maybe 15 minutes prior to us showing up, right?
But the thing is, I didn't feel like it was that uncomfortable.
Those temperatures were at 90 degrees with that door mostly open the whole time. So I know that that door was closed because those temperatures were very, very warm, okay? Now you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So something's not adding up here. Here's the thing. The doctors are in there working on your boys. And they're in critical condition.
I know.
All right? And we need as much accurate information as we can. Listen to me. So we can give the doctors information that they need to treat them, okay? So I need you to be a little more forthcoming than what you've been telling me, because I'm laying some facts out here to you that you can't be disputed, okay? So I need you to be honest with me. If they were in that room with that door closed, that heater running longer than what you told me, and if you made a mistake and didn't remember correctly, I need you to be truthful and tell me now.
The last time when I checked them, or between the one before the last and the last, I don't know if they shut the door. They could have shut the door.
Brittany, that couldn't have happened. Both of you guys could not have been there in 5 minute, 10 minute increments. Listen to me. And their temperature gotten that high. If you guys are in there and you're saying the room's comfortable, or it's just a slightly warm, that means that door was closed. They were in there for an extended period of time with that heater running. So we checked the temperature of that heater when it's on its high setting like that. 150 degrees. Do you hear me?
Yes.
150 goddamn degrees.
Okay.
It's blowing in that room with that door closed with those boys in there. Now, did you lock them in that room?
I did not lock my kids in the room.
I'm asking, did Pedro...
You're yelling at me. None of us do that.
Listen, these boys are in critical condition, okay?
Pedro did not do it. Pedro did not lock them. I'm worried about my kids.
How long did you leave them unattended in the room?
I probably left them about maybe 10, 20, I don't know. Maybe I probably left a short time.
I've got to know. These babies are in critical condition up there.
I'm worried about my kids too.
I'm worried about them.
You don't think I'm worried about my kids?
I'm sure you are, but I need you to do a better job remembering what the hell happened. Because the facts aren't adding up to what you're telling me, Brittany. I'm not mad at you. I want the truth, baby. That's all I need.
I'm giving you the truth. I've told you all I remember.
You gotta give me something else. When the deputy showed up on scene, that came out to the yard when you were there, you and Pedro were outside with the boys. When they took the boys in their arms to give them aid, to resuscitate them, CPR, AED, they said the skin was scorching hot.
He was not hot.
How can that not be, Brittany? Why would a deputy tell me that it was?
I didn't feel the skin as hot.
How does a deputy feel that with all of his gear on? How can he feel that? Why would he tell me that? He has no reason to tell me something that's not true.
Brittany appears more focused on herself than on the condition of her two children. When the detective explains that the doctors are fighting to save their lives, she shows little visible emotion or concern. However, when he suggests that she may have been responsible for their injuries, her demeanor changes immediately. Her concern seems directed not at the children, but at the accusations against her.
Tell me why those kids were hot. Tell me why they're burning up. Is there any reason why they could have been burning up? Anything?
What are you saying, that I burned my kids or something?
No, I never said that. I'm not saying that either.
That I purposely put a heater in there to kill them? No.
Give me another explanation of why their bodies would be so burning up hot. Is there something else going on? Obviously there's no burn marks on the babies. I never said that. I'm not saying that you did that. Tell me why their bodies were burning up hot.
So yeah, sometimes there's timing that you don't actually look at a damn clock.
Brittany, answer me something. Is it possible, and I'm on your side, darling, I'm trying to figure this out. I'm on your side, okay? But is it possible that those kids were aggravating the hell out of you while you're on the phone? Because they've done it to me before at my house, and you said, all right, I'm gonna leave them in there, they're playing, having a good time. Let me take this phone call, I'm going right back in there and check on them. Did that happen? Just
No,
please tell me.
I don't do that. I left the door open.
Did you do that today?
No. That's what he told me. Okay, Mommy.
Brittany, something's not adding up, baby. Those babies have 108
Okay, well,
and
I'm
7
saying
internal core
maybe he
temperature
said,
at the hospital.
Can I finish? Maybe, okay, after he said, okay, Mommy, maybe I didn't notice when I was in the living room, like towards the hallway area, that door was maybe cracked or closed.
Well, I'm going to step out here for a minute. I'm going to go talk to Pedro, okay? And I want you to think seriously about our conversation, about the facts that I presented to you, the core temperatures of those babies, the temperature of that heater, the temperature of that room when I got on scene well after those boys had been transported and that door had been open. And it was still hot in that room.
And so you're accusing me of...
No, you need to think about, seriously, go back in your mind.
Okay, if you're going to be accusing me, I need to call a lawyer.
I'm not accusing you. I'm saying, help me find out why I have a set of facts saying this and you're telling me something different. That's all I'm saying. You need to figure out
because you're saying you keep asking me over and over again, have I locked my kids in a room or Pedro? And I keep telling you no. So if you're going to keep asking me these questions and I'm going to also respond for Pedro, we need lawyers.
Okay. All right. Hey, on that thought,
So I need my phone so I can call my lawyer.
You stand by right there.
Not going to accuse me of abusing my children. That is ridiculous.
The detective leaves the room, and Brittany decides it's time to tell the camera exactly how she is feeling.
I need my phone so I can call my lawyer. So now I'm being refused a lawyer. What a cute state. Not gonna sit there and accuse me of shit. I need my phone to call my lawyer.
We're not talking anymore.
I need my phone to call my lawyer now.
You can do it when you get up to the jail, okay?
I'm not going to jail because I need to call my lawyer.
Bye-bye.
I need my phone. I need to call my lawyer.
You're not getting your phone, okay?
Can I make a phone call? I have a free phone call and I'm not going to jail.
Here.
Why am I going to jail?
Hold on, I'll be right back with you, okay?
No, why am I going to jail?
I'll be right back with you.
All I told you guys was the truth. I need to make a phone call. You guys are arresting me and accusing me of shit that I didn't even do. I need to talk to my lawyer.
Are you worried about your kids?
Yes, I'm worried. I want to know what's going on.
Okay.
The detective lets Brittany know that she murdered one of her children.
Okay. Your oldest son is still alive, but he's on life support. No, you can't see them right now.
When can I see my kid, please?
That I can't give you. Everything's still investigated.
Please.
Have a seat in the chair. Have a seat in the chair.
Are you guys arresting me?
We're investigating. We're trying to get everything put together.
Can I need like a hug or something because
I can't hug. Okay.
How long have you guys known about my kids?
We've been getting updates. We knew about one an hour or two afterwards, and we were waiting on word for the other.
Because I've been asking ever since they've been put in the ambulance.
They haven't.
And nobody told me anything.
You have not been asking.
Yes, I have. I even asked on the right here and everything.
Okay.
I've been asking the sheriffs and everything.
Okay. I've been around most of the time you've been talking, and you have not.
I asked.
You've asked maybe twice since you've been here, and before I told you.
No,
Okay.
I've been asking.
Okay. Well, either way, that's the status of them right now.
Am I going home?
No, man, we're doing arrest paperwork. You're being charged tonight, going over to the jailhouse or the detention facility for tonight. Okay?
I have a cat. I have to pay my rent. If not, once I pick it up.
You're being arrested.
Can I call somebody right now?
When you get to a detention facility, they'll give you a phone call.
Is he getting arrested? Am I the only one?
We're still building something on him, but right now, the deputy's out there waiting, and here shortly, they'll be taking you on over, okay? Then you can do your phone call.
I need to get the phone numbers out of my phone.
Okay. We'll see how that goes, and then get you on over there, okay? So we'll be right back.
Am I just going for tonight, or
Whatever the judge says from here.
when do I see the judge?
Either tomorrow or Thursday. All right. Be right back with you.
In the end, prosecution argued that Brittany and Pedro left the babies in their room all night with the space heater on. In the morning, they never fed the babies breakfast and never checked on them until it was too late. Brittany was found guilty of aggravated manslaughter and child neglect, and she was sentenced to 30 years behind bars. Her boyfriend received the same sentence. This tragic case leaves many wondering whether more could have been done to protect these children. What do you think can be done to prevent these crimes? Please share your thoughts in the comments below.